Born in the pines where the axes sing loud. Generations deep, we're a proud, tough crowd. Hands on the Bible, the timber, the steel. Faith in the Lord, the life that we feel. God, guns, and sawdust, it's in our veins. Through the sweat and the toil, through the joy and the pain. We stand on the roots of the trees we felled. Faith in the Maker, stories to tell.
Hey, welcome back to God, Guns, and Sawdust, y'all. We got my dad, Ray Collier, here with us tonight. But before we start talking, we're going to say a prayer real quick. Our most gracious and heavenly Father, we come to you at this time. We thank you, Father, for keeping us safe. Father, we thank you so much for the natural resource that you give us to harvest from your earth. Father, we are so thankful for the fathers out there that teach us the way we're to live, to get up every day, go to work, always to serve you, always put on the whole armor of God. Father, we are so thankful for our dads, our fathers. Father, we are so thankful for this time that we have to be able to talk about what we know and what we've known our whole life. We're so thankful for this opportunity that the world might see it. Father, we thank you so much for Jesus who died on the cross for our sins, that this may be possible, that we may be able to go to heaven and be with you one day. Father, thank you so much for the blessings you stow upon us and keeping us safe. All these things we ask in your son's name, Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
Wow. So, sorry for the emotion. Dad, gone. Hey, Dad.
Hey, big brother.
Yeah, big brother. Oh, man. Gee whiz. So, yeah, let's cut that out. There ain't no room for that in logging. What the heck's going on?
What, big brother?
Well, no.
You guys will have to fill in everybody what the big brother thing is.
Okay, the big brother. What is it, Dad? Everywhere we go?
Yeah, everywhere we go. I guess I'm the little brother. Hey, you guys brothers? Yeah, this is my big brother.
He's 20 years older than me, if you didn't know.
Yeah, you're 20 years younger.
Oh, man.
Sounds better that way.
Dude, oh my goodness. What have I gotten myself into, man?
That's how we cut trees.
Fast, right?
Don't ever keep counting how many trees you cut a day, because it never comes out right.
33.
Yeah, every day, 33.
We had a guy working for us, and every day at the end of the day, remember old Chuck?
Yeah.
Eddie would say, "Hey, Chuck, how many trees you cut today?" 33. Man, the very next day we get in the truck. Eddie, hey, Chuck, how many trees you cut today, Chuck? 33.
There might be 10 on the ground.
He cut 33, didn't he?
Yeah. He couldn't tell the truth if he wanted to.
As you can tell, this podcast is just going to be a little bit unhinged, but it's okay.
That's the way it is when you get older brother, will you? You never know what he's going to say.
You don't neither, so we're all prepared. Yeah. Okay. So, man.
All jokes aside, hey, we might get this show through here about something we done this year, the last few years. So,
and what do you think that would be?
We might have cut a few trees here and there. Maybe.
How many years have you been cutting trees, Dad?
Well, I'm 68. I started when I was like 23, I think it was. Started cutting trees. My dad, he just showed me a few things and the main thing, and then I came up with all that. We didn't have cell phones then. He'd send me to the woods by myself. I went to the woods a long time, but that's my dad there on the screen there. He'd take that wagon hook up. We was about a mile, about eighth mile down the road. The sawmill was, and that's my little niece and nephew, Billy and Becky. And matter of fact, Billy, he got killed in the sawmill accidentally, and when he was 4, coming to 5. But Dad would take his horses down the road down there on the wagon. And matter of fact, we live on US 40, and he'd drive the horses down the median to the mill, and then we'd hook them up to the double trees logging. He'd drag logs into the sawmill all day just to get them beefed up, worked up. We'd win about 33 pulls a year with that team. And
John and Fred.
Yeah,
right?
John and Fred. John's blonde, Fred's red. And that's why we knew that. But my dad, he taught me quite a bit in the wood business. I grew up in the sawmill, 8 years old. I was running a loader, unloading logs and putting logs in the mill. But yeah, we grew up that way. He put you out there to do something. Hey, he sent me a long time up at Lafayette, and I cut trees up there and skidded myself. And well, if something happened, I guess you didn't show up at dark, you come looking for you. But other than that, you come home at quitting time.
It was a totally different world back then.
It was a different world. Didn't have no cell phones then. So, but yeah, you just learned the hard way, the old fashioned way. You just get it done. But yeah, but I've cut, I'd hate to think how many trees I cut a day back when I was younger, like somebody. I'd usually cut, well, a few days I cut 50 to 75 trees a day. And
I know I topped them.
yeah. But you couldn't hardly keep up.
I know, man. He's just like, geez, one take a guess, man. You better look out, dude. He was on it. 68 years old and still cut 40 trees a day, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I cut at least 40 a day. And I cut them. I got a big crew, you know. There's 3 of us, me, myself, and I at first. Then I got a couple other guys. So I cut them. I had a boy top them, and I get a few trees ahead. Then I go to the boom. Usually where we're at, don't have much room to skid them up to, about 5 or 6 trees at a time. Is all we get in there. And I'd cut about 10, 15 trees, and I'd run back up to the boom. I'd buck them up while they're skidding the rest of them out. And then the truck's there. I'll load that while I'm up there. Then I go back, cut some more. So I can still cut 40 trees a day doing that.
Yep. Now, what is your most favorite tree to cut?
I don't want it.
He didn't even hesitate about that, did he?
Yeah. Yeah, I like white oaks too. I like big white oak. That's the fun part. But walnut's so easy. Heck, I usually, if decent walnuts, I could usually cut. I've cut many times 65 trees a day. But a lot of times I don't notch. I'll either just spur them off. I call it rosebuds, and it's a lot faster. You get a tree down half the time than you can put a notch in one.
That's what he would tell me. Man, by the time you put your notch in, I already have one down. Watch this. Look out.
Yeah.
And we do it that way too. You also call them saddle cuts too, right?
Yeah.
Where you clip the front and then clip the back, but cut the whole middle of it out?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. And you can pull one that way if you know how to do it. I usually leave a spur on one side. If I want to pull it to the right, I'll leave that one. I'll cut down just a little bit, and when I trip the back, I'll watch it when it starts pulling that way, and then I'll kind of trip it so I won't pull any spurs off the side or anything. But yeah, you can pull them that way too if you know what you're doing a little bit. But now I very seldom. I had a veneer company hire me on a. Oh, you remember that?
I remember that job in Covington. Right?
Yeah, Petersburg up there.
Petersburg, yep.
And he asked
we got
me,
pictures on there of them white oak that we cut.
Yeah, he asked me to say, "Hey, I want you to come cut these walnut and white oak." I said,
"No, that's a poplar."
Yeah, that's the poplar there. And,
there's one of the white oaks.
There you go. And I said, "Well, how many of these walnuts forked?" Oh, he said, "I don't remember any of them being forked, really." Okay, well, them walnuts about as big as that white oak right there.
Yeah, they were. Now there's another white oak on here too, Sean. It's got both of us on it.
Yeah, and anyway, that
it was.
I got up there, and he said, "I'll make it worth your while." Well, he did, but I cut them walnut. Every one of them walnut had a fork in it, and I said, "Well, that's really nice." He said, well, I'd appreciate if you can't bust any.
Yeah, I remember
We
that.
we cut there's 145 walnut, I think, that day. There you go. That's one of them.
That was a monster.
And I said, these for you. Well, I cut every one of them and never busted one tree and never split one of them. But yeah, he made it worth my while after that. I tell you, you got another job?
Yeah. It paid pretty good to cut them black gold.
Yeah, it was really good. And I think he gave me that year, that job he gave me, I ended up like a $24,000 bonus. So that's
a bonus.
That's why I wanted to do it again.
That's right.
But he's retired now. He's finally retired on me. But yeah, it's good to work with people like that.
Now, my dad's big time into horse pulling. I grew up. Now, Grandpa, he brought in Duke pulling, like Duke, the breed
Duke.
Duke into horse pulling. He was him and Uncle Dewey were the first ones, right?
My dad was, yeah. Matter of fact, he got the stallion. He bought a young stallion, and that's where we started there. But yeah, that's a good breed to pull. But I've pulled a lot of places. We went everywhere with my dad.
Yep.
And we went Ohio, Illinois, Michigan. Didn't pull in Kentucky then. It's hard to pull for Kentuckians, it's come back with, but anyway, as far as I'm going to go with that.
There you go. Back up, Dad, back up.
I got some good friends down there at Pulls Horse. They're tough. I have to say that. They're tough guys down in there.
Now, you're going to have to tell us the story about Grandpa going to the World's Pull and how it happened. You got to tell us the story, Dad.
Well, he took out horses there to John and Fred that I showed you there earlier, first there. We went to World's Pull that one year, and he got up there, and my dad's a little hard hearing, I guess from the chainsaws, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, he was really tough that year. And there was 48 teams that year in the World's Pull. It was up in Detroit, Michigan that time. That was back in the late 70s where it was. And anyway, we was on the last load, and it was on a machine pull. And he, of course, they went out through there, and all once he said, whoa, like that. So we unhooked, and we went over and parked. I said, what'd you stop for? He said, they blowed the whistle. I said, no, they didn't. Well, he ended up getting fifth that year. If he had to holler, whoa, he could have probably won it. But he never, he hated that. He'd always thought about that afterwards. But yeah, it was, yeah, it was a good pull up there. Back then, 48 teams, and it was 2 hours every time we pull, and it was 2 hours almost before we got to pull again.
Wow.
It took that long to go around the circle. And it was teams from all over then. So there was a lot of horse
really big.
Then. Yeah, it was. That was an experience we won't forget.
I heard that. Now, Uncle Dewey, I heard, now tell me if this is true or not, but Uncle Dewey used to go to the woods, work them all day long. And then on his way home on a Friday night, he would stop at a horse pull and win the horse pull and have enough money to feed his horses the rest of the week.
That's what he told me. He said I'd pick up enough money of an evening going home to feed my horses for a month. That's what he did. But they would work all day and everything. Uncle Dewey pulled a lot of pulls. I went to in his room there, his big office room. It was a really big sized place, and he had shelves all around it, and them shelves are completely full of trophies. He pulled for 50 years, and he said that ain't all the trophies. He said upstairs there's boxes full of them. He'd won that many pulls.
Oh my goodness.
Uncle Dewey was tough. Everybody liked him. Everybody liked Uncle Dewey. He was a really tough competitor all them years, but he logged every day with him. That's what my dad did a lot.
Just logged with him.
Yeah.
And when he wasn't in the woods, I know whenever I was growing up, he would always have him out there in the log yard in the mill, and he'd be pulling logs to the mill, and then I would pick him up as a young boy and put him up on the deck for him.
Yeah, load him up on the deck, debarker. It was an experience. Sometimes my dad would hook onto a great big bur oak or something around the yard. It'd have about 1,000 feet in it, which is a big log, and they tried to start it, couldn't get it started. And he'd stop them, So we take the loader. He said, "Okay, get back behind him." He said, "I don't want to break their spirit."
Mm-hmm.
And we'd push a little bit with the loader to get it started. I'd pull it 4, 5, 6 feet, and then it'd stop them. But that kept their heart wasn't broke for pulling. They'd always want to pull then.
Yep. They would never think it. That when they come up to it, they wouldn't think they could do it. They just know they could.
That pair wouldn't hit a pair. It wouldn't hit nothing. It'd sit down and it had to be a tight trace. If they bumped it, they wouldn't pull it.
Yep. That was what the coolest part about my grandpa. All he had to do was smooch him.
Yeah.
Take off.
We went to a lot of pulls. Some of the pulls, they run out of blocks. And it was him and Dale Benham. Never will forget it. Benham boys down in Vevey, Indiana. And a lot of guys on here, if you're around horse pulling, you'll remember that name.
Yeah, they were
the
big
Benham
name,
boys.
Big name.
Jim and Dale Benham. And we was having a pull, and they ran out of blocks that night. And it was just Dad and Dale. And so we picked some big guys out of the audience there that would volunteer, and they climbed up on the sled. And Dale, he come in, he just hit that sled. Of course, that blocks kind of pinch your butt, I guess. And anyway,
oh, I bet
them guys was like, ow, ow, ow. but they always liked my dad come in there because they'd sit down and just pull real easy to take off. And I think Dale beat him like 6 inches that night, but we had about 6, 7 guys on the sled that finished the pull out because they run out of blocks.
If we only had cell phones back then, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That would have been cool.
Social media back then was sitting in a coffee shop talking to everybody.
Pretty much.
That was the old times. These young guys on here don't know nothing about that, do they?
No, they don't.
Talking to people in a coffee shop.
Half of them probably never been to a coffee shop.
Yeah.
Let alone to work, right?
Yeah, we've had some good times, cut a lot of big timber. My dad always had big timber. He bought a lot of big timber. Matter of fact, the sawmill we had, my dad was the biggest walnut producers probably in the 5 surrounding states.
Sure.
We cut straight walnut for 6 years straight. In that sawmill, we had a circle head rig, and then I had a band resaw, and he cut that about 30,000 feet a day usually, and we'd steam it. We had a steamer, and he sold that much walnut, and 6 years straight we cut walnut every day. We cut walnut so long we all thought we was going to turn into a nut.
I think you did.
You think we did?
I think you did. Yeah.
Didn't fall far from the tree, did
Nope. Oh man, I'm telling you what. Hey, let's go down here. Scroll all the way down there. Let's show them a video of Dad cutting a big white oak.
Oh, you
right
got
there on
one?
the very bottom, Sean. Yep.
You got one there?
Oh yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh, Dad, I'm telling you what, he could put some trees on the ground.
Oh, that there was close.
Yeah,
I had a power line. I had a house and a garage right there.
Yep.
And I had a certain length. I walk out there, and I wanted to see about how far that top comes to that power line. Them power lines, those guys don't give you any inch. Had a widowmaker in it too.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you see my hard hat?
I see it. It's camouflage. You can't see it.
Yeah, it's camouflage. That's for sure.
It's what's underneath it that keeps you alive.
We had to push it. It was leaning on back on that house.
Yep.
But there's a power line out there. You see that power line there?
Yep.
I missed that power line about 3 feet, I think.
It was a really good drop. A 390 XP. That's your favorite saw.
That's all I ever used.
Yep.
That tree's like 4 foot through. There you go. Right in the hole.
Look at him go, boys.
That widowmaker's up there.
I know. There it is.
See it?
There it is.
Beautiful.
Yep.
That might hurt your head without a
You're
hard hat
talking
on.
about it in there too.
Nice one, Dad.
Yeah, it's a nice tree.
That was a beautiful tree. Now we got the picture of this tree, us together too.
Yeah, I missed that power line because it was about 3 feet. It was close.
How many trees you think we did in that housing addition?
Oh man. Well, I took that one year we took 30 some loads.
30
loads out. Yeah.
Yep. Hey guys, I'm telling you what, we had guys sitting around in golf carts that retired from Ford. There's our picture. It's the same tree.
Yeah.
After I trimmed it up. But we had guys sitting there taking bets. Are they going to hit the house today?
Yeah. We found out they was betting on me.
Betting on us right there all over where it was hilarious.
Some of them houses, it was like we had about a 12-inch window to go through, or on the 12-inch on each side of these buildings to follow the tree through, and we did every one of them. Then I found out later I didn't have insurance.
Yeah, we got done.
That made me nervous, but I wasn't nervous before that.
We got done. No more than we get done. Dad's like, "Hey, we're sitting there eating." I was like, "What? We did pretty good." I was like, "Yeah, we did." He goes, "You know what? We didn't have no insurance." I about spit my drink everywhere. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Now, the reason why I about spit my drink out, I never will forget it, man. Big white oak, almost like the one you seen us cutting. Every one that we cut at this certain place we were at over in Park County, you had to either push it, pull it, or whatever. And this one was like leaning on this double wide house. I'm down over this ravine. I got the cable hooked to it. And Dad's like, "All right, get ready. Just like I said, when we're ready, you pull it." "Yes, sir, I will." It comes up, and our main slider snaps.
Oh, yeah.
Boom! When it does, Dad's like, looks up. When this thing goes back, it pops 2 times. These people are literally standing on their deck watching us where it's going. Dad's like, "You guys got to move. Alan, get that ladder, bring it back over here. I don't even know how it's standing, but we got to get this thing over." So I ended up putting the ladder back up there. We put it to the main choker, and we pulled this tree over. That's what I'm saying. God was watching over us. I'm telling you that.
Well, the sliders weren't broke. I've never had one break before that.
Never.
But it's a good thing I usually keep enough holding if something happens.
Yep.
That comes back. And boy, but then I looked up at two old ladies out there sitting on the porch watching. I'm like, "Oh, what are you doing over there?" Gee whiz.
That's what he was
They're gonna get the full view of that here in a little bit.
Oh man, I'm telling you,
sometimes you just can't help. You just can't help people.
Nope. Now right there's a load of that black gold you always went and found all the time right there on the truck. That's the back part of it.
Well, there's some. Yeah, that's
man.
That and a white oak.
White oak.
And,
yep.
Someone down there on that other load, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah. We've got some pretty nice walnut. I bought some the other day. It's really, really nice. Yeah. Down there on the middle picture, there's one right below that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Man, there's a big old stick.
Now, who would load a daggone gooseneck like that? I don't know.
Man, look at that. He got a Chevy pulling it.
Yeah. Them 4 guys would like that, wouldn't they? Yep.
He's the one that named my white truck the White Buffalo.
Hey, you know what it is? You can't already kill one. I mean, you can, but
right. They're pretty tough.
But yeah,
it's in pieces right now.
That big burrow car in the center. That was a nice tree right there.
I'm telling you what,
that come off of universities where that come from.
Really?
And, yeah, university had that. But yeah, that was a dandy.
That was a big tree, man.
Yeah. I think that was like 5 foot through right there.
I wish we had the picture of the poplar that we took down at that Jewish assembly in Indianapolis.
I think Fabian take them out.
Dude, they were big trees. Dude.
That one poplar had 4,400 feet in it. And it loaded a semi with it. I never will forget that. I got a picture in my office. Should have brought it. I got the loader set next to it. And I had a 4-foot bar on. And I'm standing there with my saw. And it looked like it was miniature.
It did.
Remember that?
And I never will forget, I was young, but he had to cut great big notches all the way around this tree with a 4-foot bar to reach the middle of it. And I'm like, you got to be kidding.
Well, what gets me is that housing addition around over there.
Oh, man.
I felt there wasn't nothing to hit. It was just the ground. And this guy comes over. We're measured off to mark it off. And this guy comes over. He said, "Hey," he goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm cutting trees. What do you think?" And he goes, "Well, hey, you knocked everything off my hearth over there on the house." "Really?" "Yeah." He said, "Shook my whole house." sorry.
Big tree.
That's just part of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't too happy.
He don't like tree huggers very much.
No. And then the
You'll
other
have that.
biggest one I ever cut was a white oak.
Oh, this is a good story.
And it was 8 foot through. We give this old man $5,000 a piece out of them trees. And man,
Housing condition.
I had to go buy a bar to put on my saw because it wasn't big enough to cut this tree. It's me and my brother, and we did this together. And so I got that bar and chain all put on there, and I cut that tree, and man, when it fell, I mean, it shook the earth. And back then, I didn't know cell phones or anything to take a picture. I wish I had it, took a picture of it. And so I doubled my saw. I cut it real close to the ground because that you don't want to lose nothing on it. Give that kind of money for one. And I heard somebody walking into the brush, into the woods. I look up, it's 2 deputy sheriffs.
What you don't want to see in the woods.
Yeah. I thought, oh boy. He said, what are you boys doing in here? Boys now, you know that we's boys then. And so anyway, I said, well,
feel old.
Cutting timber. What do you think? He goes, well, he says, these people right here to this housing addition, he said, they don't want these trees cut. I said, well, you better go talk to that old man up there that sold them to, because they're his timber, his trees. And so he says, well, I mean, he's going to arrest me there first. And I didn't have no paperwork back then. We just paid the old man and just it was just two good trees. And he said, well, I'll tell you what you do. He goes, you go over there and you knock on them people's door, all them houses, tell them you're going to cut the other tree. I'll make sure I do that, buddy. He left. I want to cut the other tree. We got out of there.
That was it.
I wasn't going to tell nobody. It wasn't their business, but that's just the way you do things.
Today's episode is sponsored by Henry Holsters, based in Spencer, Indiana. If you're looking for that thoughtfully designed holster and carry-focused gear built for everyday reliability, Henry Holsters delivers quality that you can feel from the first use. They're known for smart design details, solid retention, and consistent fit, so you can carry with confidence. Guys, you got to go check out the full lineup and compatibility details at henryholsters.com. Enter promo code GGS2026 for 10% off your purchase. Some exclusions may apply. And hey, that was a big tree.
Oh man, I never got the thing loaded. Matter of fact, I got it. We got out there at the trailer, and I just had my loader.
That's
I picked one end up, went up on it was a 940 out. I picked one end up, put it on the trailer, and put the other end, it rode to the other side. We thought for sure that trailer was going to turn over. I mean, it all went to one side. We had to push it back in the middle and then boom it in the middle of the trailer to haul it. But that was a big tree. And matter of fact, we brought them in there, and the Japanese bought it then, and they gave me $10,000 a piece on them. So it did pay. It paid out really good.
Half landowner, half you. That's the way it's supposed to come out. Anyway,
well, I done paid him. We paid him $10,000 for it, and we got 20 out of it. So
that's pretty good.
That good, but that was a really good. That was a good buy. That was way back in the early days. That was in the late 1900s. Believe it or not.
He said 1900. Boy, he's dishing about now. Don't you remember them guys back in the 1990?
Well, still in the 1900s.
That's right. Back in the 1900s.
You were just a kid then.
I was. 1990. I think I was. Oh man, young.
Yeah, it's too long ago, ain't it?
At least 12.
Older brother can't remember what year it was.
No. Don't he crack you up?
Well,
I'm telling you what, he's a jokester too, man. He's got more jokes.
I don't know about that. Well, my dog died.
Oh yeah, man. Katie was a good dog, Dad.
Yeah, she was the best dog I had. I had her 15 years. So I thought, well, everybody said, you didn't get you another dog. So this guy ran an ad on the paper about this dog. I called him up. He says, you got a dog for sale? Yeah, I got a nice little dog for sale. I said, that's good. I said, he said, well, there's a little bit of problem with it. So what's that? He said, I don't have no legs.
What?
I said, don't have no legs. Yeah, don't have no legs. I said, what do you call it? He says, it don't have a name. I said, why not? He said, wouldn't come to you if you did call it. Well, I didn't buy that dog.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I tell you.
What about these cows that you were telling me about yesterday?
You know, well, you mean about its knees?
Yeah.
You know what you call a cow's knees, don't you? Well, you know, I kind of forgot.
Is it burger joints?
That could be a burger joint. That's what it is, burger joint. I'm glad older brothers remember these.
He just said my memory was gone a minute ago,
Woo,
Jerry.
Man, I tell you. I got stage fright.
Did you?
Anyway.
Oh, man. Hey.
Well, you know, you might have a dome all around my place there. I don't know. But,
oh, jeez.
Oh.
Anyway, hey, let's look at these horse pulls.
Yeah, let's not do that jokes anymore.
Oh, man.
Oh, well.
Any particular one you want to start with?
I don't care. You pick one. I might remember it. Okay. Which one you gonna pick?
Here we go.
Oh, there's a pull up there at Bowling Green. I beat myself here. Hate to say that, but I did.
Man, they look good.
Oh, Barney Clyde. That's the team I got right now. I got one that's lame right now. And, yeah, I pulled that sled. They got spotted some. You get spotted every time, but, yeah, they did a good job, though. They're a good pair of horses. They get her picked up. I'll take her.
Man.
Old Barney, he's the bay on the right-hand side over on the far side. And Clyde, he's the black. Well, Barney, I got him weighing right at 3,200 right now. He's a big boy. He's a very big boy. Clyde, he'll weigh about 2,800 right now. 28, 29.
Dude, they're massive, Dad.
They've won me several trophies. They're a good pair of horses. Mine good. They're gentle. Don't have no problem with them.
That's my niece Victoria there, hooking them on.
What's my granddaughter?
Yeah, she loves she loves them.
Hey, I won that pull there. That's at North Salem. And last year I didn't get to pull much. Barney got to where he couldn't breathe. And I ended up taking him down to Lexington to a big vet down there. There he is. That's after I had to cut his throat. They cut his throat open and cut his baffles out so he could breathe. Well, I made this little thing here. It's got his nebulizer. You see the bottom down there, and a pump. He has to breathe that for like 5 minutes a day, twice a day, and to help him breathe and clear his throat out. That's how I made that right there. And he got to where he'd like it. He didn't care you put it on him.
That's pretty cool. There's a lot of stuff that comes in. Right here, you won this pull. It was raining.
Yeah, right there.
And you were coming in. Mom wasn't going to hang out.
Yeah. I might have got my shorts wet on that one. I was soaked. I've crossed the low there, and everybody else did. And I went in there, crossed it, and it was done. That pull ended right then. It was over right there. I crossed it, and that was the end of the pull.
That's awesome.
And that was, and then that one machine pull there to the right there.
You had it
to the left. Yeah, right there. Okay, I had worked these horses. I just got. I mean, this is the first pull I ever pulled in, and that's a machine pull. You got to get the weights up, and the truck pulls the fluid through a valve. Man, see the weights go up. That was the first pull they've been to.
All the way.
And look at that hat I got on. That looks like an Amishman, don't it?
It does, doesn't it?
I pulled him down there at the Amish settlement. And it was quarter horse Congress down there they had that year. They asked me to come down, and I was nervous because that's the first time I ever pulled them. Didn't know what they do, and they did really good. I quit after that pull. I said I ain't gonna pull them anymore on that. So yeah. and everything. But yeah, but we've been a lot of places pulling. Enjoy it. I really do. If you haven't been to a horse pull, you ought to go to one.
You got to go to one, man.
You'll
That's
feel
true.
you'll feel the real power.
You know, whenever I was young, Dad had an old 72 Chevy 4-wheel drive, and we went to the, truck pulls. We had to pull it one year, and man, after that, he's like, well, we ain't pulling this thing no more. I said, what do you mean? He goes, man, well, Jake can go over and look at Bob, and then Bob can look at mine. Then they can go over there and make the better engine than yours and put this and that in there. He goes, horses, never the same. You got to teach them, or they're not going to be any good. So let's go back to horse pulling. We ain't doing this no more.
Well, there's not a horse the same. But you know what? You go to O'Reilly or CarQuest or wherever, get the same parts.
You can.
Horse, you ain't going to get another horse the same. And usually you get a team horse like Barney is a lot stouter than Clyde. So I have to pull Barney in the holes. In other words, he'll pull more weight than Clyde will normally. And now he's got older. He's holding him a little bit better, but I have pulled old Barney 2 inches in a hole before.
Which means the double trees, like what they pull from right in the middle, you can move it to where it goes where one
this horse
pulls.
has more leverage
Yes.
than this horse does.
Which is really cool.
And they say about every half inch is 750 pounds more.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's what they come out to.
Now, whenever you're pulling, how far do you pull them before it's a full pull?
A full pull is 27.5 feet, and you got 3 chances to do it. You got your first pull, and while you're still hooked on, you can take your second if you didn't cross it. And these horses here, if they don't cross at the first pull, I can stand them there, let them rest, get their wind again, and they usually go further on the second pull than they will the first. My dad's did that too. And then if you didn't cross it in them two, at the end of the round, the third pull, whoever didn't cross it again gets the last chance. So if you get 27.5 feet again, then you get to go on the next load up. So you're in the next round again. And so you just eliminate everybody out.
Yep.
So it's whoever gets the furthest distance on the biggest load. Yeah.
Whenever I used to go whenever I was young, and the best one for us to go to, and we knew when we went, it was going to be 2:00 in the morning when we got home, and that was a state fair. How many times did we, that was what, 50 teams sometimes?
Sometimes, the 30 teams I've been the most up for.
Was it 30?
Yeah. And it's, matter of fact, they quit having it. And people here in Indiana ought to contact the state fair and say, hey, you guys need to have a state pull again, because it's we pull all summer. There's no state pull. And that's so whoever wins the state, my dad's got second up there 2 or 3 times. Matter of fact, he could have got the first. He had a team that we couldn't get hitched the last time, and he wouldn't let nobody help him on the lines. He couldn't hold them. And after it was over, he got second. And he got second and third, what he did. Had 2 teams. And he said, hey, could I hook these young pair on here and just show them they could hook it on? And they said, oh, sure, you can hook on, but don't do nothing to them. So I didn't. We didn't. He goes in there, and they hook on. Of all times, they hook on that time. And he pulled it all the way across.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
So he would have won it that year. But
see, that's like almost worse. I don't even know if I want to go in there and try it, then pull it, then know I could win it. That would be rough.
Well, he wanted to show that team that they could.
Yep.
And when he sold that pair, and they went he sold that pair, and they ended up winning a lot of pulls together. And that was Duke and Tobe that time. But yeah, we had 40 head of horses at one time. My dad started out with that first team there, which was a lot of fun. And he thought, I'll get some mares. He got a nice stallion and all. That's when he started that Duke breed. And we ended up having 40 head of horses. And we put out about 6,000 bales of square bales a summer, plus all the round bales you get. And finally, me and my brother said, this ain't fun no more. We ain't pulling nothing.
There was many times that Grandpa had the guys from the sawmill come down and put up hay.
Oh, yeah. A lot of them didn't show up work that day. But we didn't want to put no hay up.
Nope. Hard work.
Well, you just put 3,000 bales up in a day.
Did you hear that? 3,000 bales. I'm no kidding. That was insane.
Yeah, I had a little muscle then, but anyway, I'll tell you what, it got you. I'll tell you what, you hurried up and got the field because you got to choose where you was at. Were you in the barn or on the trailer or on the ground out in the hay field? I'll guarantee you, I wanted on the trailer.
Yeah, you didn't want it in the barn.
No, that was tough up in there. It was hot and had to handle everything up up top. But yeah, we put a lot of hay up, and it always had to be the hottest day of the year. 90s usually, hot
Almost
90s
every time.
Yeah, it was a lot of memories and everything. But yeah, we had a pools there at my dad's barn. He put a big bean dinner on, and usually in April's where it was, and all the horse pullers would come because nobody won nothing. But he'd put the dinner. He'd always furnish a big ham and beans and cornbread and everything, all the fixings, everything, drinks, everything, and nobody had to pay anything. Just come and watch. And I think that one time we had 20 teams from Ohio, everywhere, come there just to pull that day. It was in our big barn, and we put bleachers up in there, wagons and stuff, so everybody see. I think we had like 300 people
I
there
remember
watching.
that day.
It was full. And man, we had the best time pulling, and everybody tried, beat everybody, but you wasn't going to win nothing. But it was just, showing everybody you could like to pull.
Wasn't Uncle Charlie, didn't he, wasn't Uncle Charlie, it was Uncle Phil that made bean dinner.
Uncle Phil, he's a cook.
Yeah, he made the beans.
We had a big iron kettle, and it was full. And when it got done that day, it was empty.
It was a good time.
Boy, it's a lot gassed up there now. I tell you. They cheated all the way home.
They did, didn't they?
It's like a pig going, wee, home.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
I'm telling you what, just horse pulling's always been a part of the Collier family.
Yeah.
Always
Well, we've
just
always
kinda
been in horses, sawmill. Of course, I grew up with my Uncle Dewey. I go over at 9 years old. I always went over to Dewey's, and he let me drive his horses around the track and everything. And he told me one time, he says, I'll tell you what, he goes, you clean my stalls out, I'll let you ride in the big truck. He didn't have trailers back. He had a livestock truck. I'll let you ride in there with me to the pool. Man, I was excited. Let's see here. All day Saturday, I cleaned stalls out. And they was 60 feet long, 8 feet wide, about 3 foot deep.
Oh, man.
I tell you what, I cleaned out about 2 times. I thought, I could get a ride to the pool. But that's my uncle for you.
You had to work for it.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing free.
So anyway, but yeah, we did a lot of that, and we've always been in that sawmill or wood or logging.
Firewood.
I had an uncle who was in the plumbing, and he's out of Gosport there, Uncle Dick Herschel, they called him. And of course, Charlie and Uncle Moose, they logged. Matter of fact, Uncle Charlie did logging for my dad. He did my dad's logging back then. Us boys wasn't old enough. And then of course, my family, we've always been in the firewood business too.
Got that Easton made hat on.
Yeah. Jeremy, I got your Easton made hat. Thanks for them hats when you sent them down there to me. I sure appreciate that. And I seen him over at the logging show at Paul Bunyan, and he was out of hats. Well, he sent me 3 of them, and I appreciate that, Jeremy.
Hey.
And but yeah, of course, I own one of his Easton made. I tell you what, I started out with a Blockbuster, a little gas job. I thought, man, this is great. Well, we found out real quick that wasn't big enough, wasn't fast enough. And so I used it for the one season there, and I sold it, got my money back. We paid for it that one season. Sold it, got my money back. So we went back to the logging show. I bought another Blockbuster. Should have had my head examined there, but anyway, I asked him, I said, can you make me a circle saw for instead of a chainsaw? He said,
He can't stand the chainsaw type.
No, he said, no. He said, that damn circle saw is so expensive, And he said, if something happens to it, it's $2,000 for a blade. Well, I thought, well, you're probably right. So I bought that one. And it's a diesel one. It was on a diesel, and it had the air return. Boy, it's faster, but it wasn't fast enough. We couldn't keep up with our deliveries. And so I used that for the season, and it paid for itself. So I started out with $32,000, $51,000, and then we went. I ended up buying a bell. Well, that was at the time was $90,000, and I thought,
and that had the cab on it, right?
Had the cab, air conditioning,
Yep.
heat, and I thought, me and my wife's like, "We sure you gonna do this?" I said, "Yeah, I know. It's $90,000. Well, you know what? It would keep up, and I tell you what, we used that for 5 years, and it paid for itself in 2. Yeah, there you go. It's the 4,000.
Yep.
Paid for itself in 2 years, and we used it for 5. And I looked at these Easter maids, and I tell you what,
Oh,
which
yeah.
that's like a sister of that one there, that Bell. And
48C, Sean. Sean's our IT guy. Thank you, Sean, for all the pictures and stuff today,
Yeah.
man. You do an awesome job, buddy.
yeah, you're doing pretty good over there.
IT. I didn't say AI. I'm doing better.
There you go.
There
That's
it is.
what I own. That's what I own now. And
The beast.
so I got my money back on the Bell, and I bought that one there, and it was used one. I got it. I found it for $175,000. It was just about a year old, and so we bit the big bullet there, bought it.
And he got his wish. He got the big soul on it. You know what I mean? Which he had that on the Bell too.
And we do 4,500 ricks a season.
That's a lot of wood. Now, Ricks, guys, I know, like Ricks. What's that? Hey, you got the whole world going. Ricks.
I don't
hey,
say
Bob,
cords.
Ricks. It's cords. So you figure 1,000 cord. So right at 1,500 cord, 1,600 cord. So that's how much he does a year. It's amazing with the 48C, and it doesn't let you down. I mean, that's a
good.
beast.
That's a good machine. And well, you take 40. I say 45 ricks, 4,500 ricks. Well, a rick's a 4 foot high, 8 foot long, and usually 16, 18 inches long. And that's about what we cut ours.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, that thing will put it out.
That's a mean machine. My
really
sister
good.
can run it too.
Now, you guys might have seen my videos on TikTok or Facebook. If you cut 3 or 4 rick, you're going to have to clean out from under it. It's stopped up. So I can't stand that. I went and got me a barn cleaner. I bought a barn cleaner, and I bought the top end and the bottom end. And then I had the Amish up here he pressed me out the trough just like it should be. And I put that all in a 4-foot trough will fit between your wheels. And I went all the way to the one end of I got a screener that screens takes the scraps out of it before it goes in the trailer. And I put it underneath it all the way out, underneath the machine all the way up. So it catches your bark, sawdust, scraps, and everything goes right into that and elevates it out underneath us. So we don't have no cleanup. You cut 30 ricks a day, and you might have to take a broom and a shovel to clean up around it, and that's about it.
Pretty neat. I'm telling you what, that barn cleaner makes a big, big difference.
Yeah. I even took built a little elevator, little chain conveyor, goes underneath the sawdust chute. I put it down to it, and it elevates it over in that barn cleaner, goes on out with it too. So it cleans up about 85% of the waste. Is what it does. It helps you don't have to shut down to clean up. That's the best part.
And that's the thing about Easton Made too. Whenever you call and ask for questions, like you're talking about Jeremy, them guys are on it, aren't they?
Oh yeah. I mean, they answer your phone. If they don't answer it, man, they'll get you called back, and he'll solve a problem if you got one. And that's the best part.
Customer service is
very,
amazing.
very good people. Very good people to work with. If you're looking for a splitter, wood splitter, I'll tell you what. Like I said, I've looked at all of them. I've been around all of them. We've been in a firewood, my brother, since that's been back in the early 90s, about 93. That's still 1900s, ain't it? And anyway,
it sure is.
I didn't get into it till probably. No, my dad had a beaver wood eater, the beaver, and that was out of Canada. They went out of business.
Yep.
And but he had a 60 horse electric motor run that.
See, I didn't know that. It was quiet.
Had an 18 split way in it. And that thing had more power. You had to stand back because if that wood didn't go through, it went up.
It did. Remember you had to build that one on the side, right?
Yeah, we had to build a thing on the side. We had a roof over it. And if you just look up where that pieces come out, almost a hole in the roof where it come up. So you just kind of duck and turn, run. But anyway, that was a dangerous machine.
It was.
That was a dangerous machine. There wasn't no cab on or anything.
No.
But that was a big thing. It was a 440 bolt. But anyway, he had one for a long time, and then of course he passed away. But then my brother, he bought a Blockbuster, had it for years, and then I ended up going back in it. Like I don't know, 2010, wasn't it?
2010.
Yeah, I think it was. And I've had one ever since. And
Yep.
we do,
He does a lot of Cracker Barrels. They used to do. They did all the Cracker Barrels in Indy. There's 12 of them.
Yeah,
and then
12.
Laura had a lot of customers around home.
Yeah, my daughter, she runs it for me.
Yep.
She's ahead of that part of it. My wife owned that business, the Cracker Barrel business there. That she run it, but my daughter's took ahead of that now. But she always ran it. She invoiced them and everything. But yeah, and there's one we gonna push over there. We do a lot of tree service. I have a tree service.
He does a lot of. You did some modifications.
Yeah, I did some modification there. They only had one step on there, and it was hard for my daughter to get up in there. So I took a reese hitch and turned it upside like that. Welded it onto that. Well, I didn't weld it. I made it where it go back up underneath there. And then I had a steps off a semi, behind a semi head there. I made a step out of it. And you could adjust it height, whatever you want to do there.
Pretty good.
And,
there's your conveyor thing you were talking about.
Yeah, there it is. And it works out really good. It worked really good to get in and get out of the cabin. And then if somebody wants to stand there and watch or talk to you, they can stand there and still have the door open.
Hey, look at them brunt boots.
Oh, yeah. Hey, that brunt boots. I'll tell you what, that's the best boots I've had.
Hey, that's coming
I
from...
just need a 12-inch side. Them are too short. I get sawdust in my shoes, my socks. Tell you what, I can't stand that.
He likes them 8-inch. He likes them 8-inch ones, I guess.
Oh, or higher, whatever they are.
And they're comfortable though, ain't they?
Oh yeah, I ain't had a boot like that. I've always wore Red Wings. That's what I've always wore. But yeah, them are a lot better boot than what I had.
I agree. I love mine too.
You know why I don't like sawdust in my boot?
No.
When we grew up, my dad's first sawmill, each one of us boys had to clean the sawdust up, clean the mill up. Well, we had to get underneath the saw back in there and clean up underneath the head saw. It's just a little cubby hole. Man, you get out there. We didn't have high tops back in. That sawdust getting our tennis shoes stuff. I could not stand it. Sometimes we just in the summertime, we take our shoes, socks off, and then climb in there. It's a lot better than that.
Oh, I bet, because you didn't have to worry about it.
Oh, yeah.
How do you think our wives felt growing up
the
around
girls, boy, they
sawdust?
went nuts over us.
Hey.
No shoes and socks on. Oh, yeah. He's country boy. He's out of Kentucky.
Big boom, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, hey, Dad, I appreciate you coming out on the show and talking to us and telling us about how this guy right here taught me everything I know.
Hey, I tell you what. Yeah, you ain't learned it all yet. You ain't old enough. Well, you are too. You're older than me.
Well, hey, I look older than you anyway. Just ask anybody on Facebook. Hey, man, is that your older brother?
Yeah. Yeah, my beard ain't as long.
Man, I'm telling you what, guys, his head ain't fitting out this door when we leave. I'm telling you.
Yeah, this is a big, hey, star of the show, I guess.
He's the star of the show tonight. Well, hey, Dad, thanks again, man.
Hey, no problem, Al.
Hey, God bless you all.
Hey, I appreciate you what you're doing. I'm proud of you.
Thanks. Whew. That's big words. That is a big boom, baby. We'll see y'all next time.
I didn't get to say it.
Guns and sawdust echoes loud, carving out truth where the strong stand proud. We're done for now, but we'll be back again. Tune in next time where the stories never end.
God, Guns, and Sawdust is a production by TKP Media, LLC.